Hello, I'm Andrew, aka Quassi from Quassi Bell Tower.
Hi, I'm your brother Brian from BrotherBrianDiscoveries. Happy Halloween, Drew.
And welcome to our 5th season
of Point Rock Review. First beer for the evening, the day, on this awesome Friday. Limited edition of Southern Tier Brewing Company's Cold Press Coffee Pumking Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Ale with notes of pumpkin and light roasted coffee.
Light roasted. We don't got no heavy roasted. 8.6 alcohol by volume.
It's going to be a happy Halloween.
It's going to be a happy Halloween, yes.
Brewed and bottled by Southern Tier Brewing Company in Lakewood, New York, USA. Why the hell not? Lakewood, that's about 4.5 hours from where we are now.
Yeah, it's not very far, yeah. Still drive, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open this limited edition beer up and...
I like how it says vintage 2018.
Nice. Oh, it does too, cool. Means it probably won't be coming back next year.
Probably. It's
Probably something different.
Oh, that does smell well. It's definitely a
you
pumpkin.
You can smell the spices of the pumpkin in it.
Yeah, it definitely has pumpkin and spice in there.
Yeah. So let's pour this bad boy and see.
This looks like in a glass.
Well, like they said, it's a light roast, so it's definitely not a dark beer.
Right.
You can tell the difference between this and the Warlock when they're next to each other, that this one was a lighter beer. They're both in brown glasses.
Ooh.
Now that I had some of my foam.
The foam is really good.
Yeah. Hope the beer's good.
Interesting. From just the foam already, I've gotten a little bit of the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Not much pumpkin, but coffee.
So let's drink this bad boy and see what it tastes like, besides the foam.
Drink beer. Wow.
I don't know if it's the alcohol being 8.6, but it's like you can taste the alcohol in it.
Yes, you can. It's there.
And I think it's killing the whole pumpkin taste.
I need another drink before I pour my... The coffee's there. I'm tasting the coffee a little bit. It's very tamed down. It's bland as all hell. But it's down there.
Yeah.
The pumpkin's not really coming through too much.
No, that alcohol is just, it's keeping you from tasting any of it, really.
Yeah, that alcohol is powerful. I'm getting some of the spices, though. Especially what tastes like nutmeg or whatever I'm tasting in there a little bit. But pumpkin's almost a nil with just a hint of coffee.
Yeah, like they said, they say light roast, you can barely even taste the roast, honestly. Yeah. I think you could taste it more in the foam when we had the foam than we could in the whole beer. I mean, we stirred it up, we made sure it was all nice and shooken up and everything else. We gave it a nice little swirl. But still, man, that alcohol, for some reason, takes over. And I don't know if it's the pumpkin and the coffee, like they're colliding and they just don't collide well, like the spices of the pumpkin and the taste of the coffee, they don't blend they don't go well together. I could be wrong, but what is weird is, I know it says it's got pumpkin spice and everything else in it, our notes of pumpkin and light roast. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like you can actually taste the, almost like the rind of the pumpkin, I guess, in some weird way, if you want to put it that way. I mean, I've never sat there and said I ever went and ate the rind, but, it just has that weird taste.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't tried.
But it's kind of got that. I kind of wish the coffee was more there. You know, it's just it's like it's not there. It was in the foam, but it's not in this beer at all. The alcohol taste, though, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's really ruining it. If this was I think a lower percentage of alcohol, it might have made the flavor. Might have made it taste a little better.
Yeah, maybe.
But that alcohol is it's punching me.
And the funny thing is, 8.6 isn't really. I mean, it's high, but it's not that high. I mean, we've had beers that are like 10 or 12, and when you took a sip of those, you were like, "Holy crap! Nothing but alcohol."
Right.
Or bourbon, whatever it was. But we've had some beers that were like, anywhere between 10 and 12, and all you could taste was the alcohol.
Right.
And this is 8.6, so I don't know. So for our next beer review is Southern Tier's Warlock Imperial Pumpkin Stout. And it's a stout. Yay!
A Warlock.
Limited, of course. And the alcohol on it is 8.6 by volume.
Same as the last one.
Mm-hmm. Why the hell not?
I like the darker pumpkin on there. That's that's a nice looking logo on there.
Well, I kind of like it. And then he's got his little wizard hat. You'll have to take a picture of that, I guess, and we'll have to put that up there because that's kind of cool looking.
So I'm gonna take a picture so you can see that. I'm putting it up 1, 2, 3 now.
So I think that's about it for this beer, Brian. I think we just need to pop this bad boy open.
Pop it. Give the Warlock a sniff.
That just sounds horrible.
Dirty Warlock.
It doesn't smell as good as the Pumpkin King did.
No. Well,
but you can definitely smell the stout in it, that it's a stout. It's definitely a dark beer. You can tell by just looking at it.
It's just an all-out pumpkin stout.
Yeah, it's a stout with pumpkin. So let's pour this bad boy in and see what we got. Oh. Yeah, just like a warlock.
Oh.
It's an evil beer. It's an evil beer, Brian.
You got a Bob for apples in this?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't have any apples. I don't know, Brian.
I've got some batteries. How about them apples?
You ready to do this?
Let's give it a try. It smells better out of the bottle than it does in. But let's do this. Ooh.
That's definitely a stout.
That's definitely thick. Well, thicker than the pumpkin.
Yes. It's got the pumpkin in it. You can taste it, but it's
the alcohol on top of it. It's like I'm not getting any pumpkin.
I can taste the pumpkin in it.
I'm not tasting it.
It's almost as mild as the Pumpkin King. It's. I think it's the alcohol, man, because this is an 8.6 too.
But it's just so masked by everything else. I will say it's easier to swallow than the Pumpkin was.
But the alcohol is definitely in there. It's still, the alcohol taste is in there. For my review on the Pumpkin, I kind of agree with Brian, honestly. When I tasted the foam, it tasted like coffee. As I drank the beer, the pumpkin was there, but it was really kind of weak. The alcohol was overpowering. It just, for some reason, it being 8.6, I didn't think it would be that bad, but it just took over. And I really like my coffee, and I was kind of really disappointed that this beer did not have didn't have more of a coffee taste. It was really, like I said, it was really disappointing. And I agree with Brian. I'm going to go 2 on this because it was just disappointing.
What did you think of the Warlock?
Well, on the Warlock, it being Imperial Pumpkin Stout, we could tell that that was going to be a dark beer, which it was. And it wasn't bad drinking it, but still the alcohol for the 8.6 was still overwhelming. You could taste the pumpkin. It was very, very faint. It was more of a stout than anything. For being what you're supposed to be, it wasn't very good. And honestly, it was a little bit better than the Pumpkin King, and I'm going to go 2.5 on that.
Ooh. No, well, I'll agree that if I had to choose one over the other, I think I would probably choose the Warlock a little bit more.
Oh, I agree.
It was darker. I tend to like stouts anyway. This one was just, they threw too much alcohol in this thing. And, I mean, I think the alcohol amount is perfect for a stout. I get that. As for being a pumpkin beer, I think alcohol does not help a pumpkin beer out in the slightest. Mm-hmm. And I think because of that, this beer fell a lot because of that. Mm-hmm. However, I can't give it the extra 0.5 like you did. I think it's got to stay at 2.0 for me because I wouldn't drink either of these. Southern Tier. I don't know if high alcohol content is your thing. If it is, I don't think pumpkin's probably the right fit for that. But I could be wrong. You could put something out pumpkin next year and I could probably fall in love with it.
Maybe it'll be better next year. Who knows?
This one, I don't know, 2.0.
Yeah, and if you want to get messed up real quick on pumpkin beers,
oh yeah,
this is the company to pick right there, 8.6, because after 2 of those, you know, you can definitely start to feel that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's 2 beers, 2 reviews,
and 2 more reasons for you to punch that Southern Warlock.
Like a pumpkin.
Like a pumpkin.
Till next time.
He just cyber attacked me.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Hello, I'm Andrew, aka Quassi from Quassi's Bell Tower.
Hi, I'm your brother Brian from BrotherBrianDiscoveries. Happy Halloween, Drew. Is that right? Everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
Everybody hail to the Pumpkin King, which is me because I finished my beer first.
I got it swallow. Everybody scream. Everybody scream.
Bye.